let's go ahead and talk about the other parts of the process as a buyer, what you can expect. One thing I want to focus on quickly is your type of loan. So with your loan, we have the FHA, VA, and conventional as your standard loans that you're going to come across. So let's take a look at concessions. What can the seller give you back to pay for closing costs to help you reduce the amount of money that's coming out of pocket? We've already got down payments coming out, which on an FHA can be as low as 3.5%. And then for the FHA concessions, you can get 6% back from a seller. So on a $400,000 home, for example, that's $24,000. That can go towards closing costs, rate buy down, etc. With your VA loan, it works a little bit different. Of course, you got to be a veteran to get it in the first place, but your down payment can be zero. So you can fund the entire purchase into the loan. Down payment can be zero, but your concessions that you can get from the seller are a little lower. It's 4%. So 4%, again, the concessions can go towards closing costs, rate buy downs, what have you. On a conventional loan, it's a little different. So conventional loans can be with first time buyer programs can be as low as 3% down. One thing you have to look at with your conventional and FHA loans is you're gonna have to pay the primary mortgage insurance anytime you don't have 20% of equity. So with a conventional loan, there's a couple different brackets that the concessions fall into. If you're putting less than 10% down, you can only get 3% back of the purchase price in seller concessions to pay your closing costs, rate buy downs, etc. It changes a little bit between 10% and 24.99, and that falls at 6%. If you're putting more than 25% down on a conventional loan, we can go as high as 9% back in seller concessions. So in a lot of deals, the way I like to structure it is you're protected by the appraisal in the contract. When you look at your purchase price to the seller, it doesn't matter if they're getting 400,000 or 380,000 in an offer, right? If they're going to be given back $20,000 in concessions. To them, they walk away from the table with the same amount of money, but to you, you don't have to come with that cash. So we can really utilize these concessions from the seller, help pay your closing costs, reduce the amount of cash you have to come up with at closing. It's a win-win.